again, welcome to 10th standard students. History, Social and Religious Reformation Movement. In this chapter, we have to discuss establishment of Brahma Samaj and Reformations, Young Bengal Movement, establishment of Arya Samaj and Reformations, Reformations led by Prarthana Samaj and Satya Shodhak Samaj. Holigar Movement. First, Reformation strives to bring back such a society into fold human values. The basic aim of Reformation movement is to declare the value of individual self-respect. My dear students, in the 19th century is considered as the Reformation and a new awakening time in the history of India. Because many European concepts like democracy, nationalism, equality started finding roots in India. Many Indians who received English education started analyzing their own society. The British too expressed their interest in reforming the society. They put forth the theory of white man's burden. Means the British believed that it is their duty to civilize Indians as a civilized class of people. The British made an attempt to protect their political and economic interests under the guise of this theory. Many Indians started understanding the Indian tradition in new perspective. A new identity called Indian was born. Many communities like Shudras and other neglected communities and women lacked many rights in our society in olden days. So in this time, many social reformers of India struggle against evils existed in those days in India. The major reform movement leaders were Jyotiba Phule, Rajaram Mohan Rai, Dayananda Saraswati, M.G. Ranade, Swami Vivekananda, Annie Besant, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, Periyar, Narayana Guru. So these are the important social reformers in India. My dear student, first we have to understand Brahma Samaj. See in these pictures, some personalities pictures also given. Now come back to Brahma Samaj. This Brahma Samaj started by Rajaram Mohan Rai. He was born in 1772, Calcutta, up to he lived 1833. So he had deep knowledge in Sanskrit, Persian and Arabic literature. Rajaram Mohan Rai, he gave importance to Hindu philosophical critique and Quran. He had also studied other religions found in India critically. Rajaram Mohan Rai started Atmiya Sabha in Calcutta along with his many friends. The Sabha aimed at eradicating socio-religious maladies or problems or diseases in our society existed in those days in Bengal. He started Brahma Samaj in 1828. He wanted to purge Hinduism by removing caste system and superstitious or blind beliefs. Rajaram Mohan Rai and other Brahma Samaj followers wanted to rebuild a Hindu society based on the philosophical foundations of Upanishads. So, Rajaram Mohan Rai, by his efforts, also recommended to Lord William Bentinck to prohibition of sati system in 1829. So, Lord William Bentinck implemented legislations in 1829 and eradicated many problems. So most of the important before his ideas or teachings, his book is important is Samvada Kaumudi. He wrote in Bengali language because common people language he wrote and to understand common people. The main teachings or aims of Brahma Samaj are he advocated monotheism, means so worshipping only one God. So according to Rajaram Mohan Rai, so provision given to only one God. He opposed the meaningless rituals, means religious ceremonies or religious practices in those days. He condemned and also opposed. Every person should live with the dignity and other. No law or ritual should violate this provision. Brahma Samaj intended to assure equality to women by opposing polygamy. He opposed the polygamy, child marriages, sati system, etc. So Rajaram Mohan Rai wanted to the Indians to welcome the thinking process of the Europeans. In this background, he supported the establishment of many schools and Vedanta College in Calcutta. Rajaram Mohan Rai, described by Rabindranath Tagore has called him as harbinger of modern India, progenitor of Indian social reformation movement, and the prophet of Indian nationalism. So this statement given by Rabindranath Tagore, the author of Janaganamana and national poet of India. Next come to now. Young Bengal movement or Youth Bengal movement. This was started in 1820s and 1830s. So during this period, Young Bengal movement started. The movement was started by Henry Louis Vivian Derozio. His father was a Portuguese, mother was an Indian. That's why he is called as Anglo-Indian. Derozio served as a professor at Hindu College of Calcutta from 1826 to 1831. Many of his students who were attracted to his teaching became his committed followers. Derozio was influenced by the various movements of Europe and tried to instill the same spirit of pre-inquiry in the minds of his students and colleagues. He also worked towards creating textbooks to inculcate new education system. This angered many traditionalists. The Young Bengal movement held discussions and debates on issues like nature, humanism, God, and other various topics. Derozio worked towards spreading the message that only rational thinking would liberate people from clutches of superstitions and social discrimination. He was an advocate of human rights and opposed caste-based discrimination. The influence of this movement was limited to Calcutta and few areas of Bengal. Derozio had to resign from his teaching post due to pressure from his colleagues and his opponents. So these people feared that the youth are getting morally corrupted by the work of Derozio. So Derozio died at the age of 22 years due to cholera. Next come Arya Samaj. Arya Samaj started in 1875. This was started by Swami Dayananda Saraswati. This was started in Bombay. It was more powerful during the last 2 decades of 19th century. Dayananda Saraswati was born in 1824 in Kathiawar of Gujarat, present Gujarat state. Moola Shankar was his name, first name. His father was Hamba Shankar. Amruta Bhai, his mother name. He was not interested in English education. He received Sanskrit education. He left his house by the age of 21 years and he roamed across the country for about 15 years. He outlined his ideas in a book titled Satyartha Prakasha. He realized that the remedies to the various maladies of India are present in Vedas. So he gave a slogan or declared back to Vedas because Vedas are real truths and give present whatever the problems or solutions available in Vedas. He was more of a Renaissance person than a Reformation person. He opened the head office of Arya Samaj in Lahore in 1877. He declared that only Vedas are authentic. The main aims or teachings of Arya Samaj or Dayananda Saraswati are all Hindus should believe in one formless God, means only one God. No one is a Shudra or Brahmin by birth. Caste based system was completely opposite. He encouraged invent of intercaste marriages, rejection of polygamy, and also opposed child marriages. Men and women are equal according to him. One should study Vedas and other ancient sacred texts and preach them. And also he started Shuddhi movement. So main purpose of Shuddhi movement. So who were converted to Islam or Christianity on the Hindus. So once again bring back to Hinduism. For this purpose he started Shuddhi movement. Arya Samaj had around 5 lakh members by 1921 after the death of Dayananda Saraswati. Dayananda Anglo Vedic College was started in 1886. Gurukula Vidyalaya was started in Haridwara. Lala Lajpat Rai, a radical leader of Indian freedom movement, was influenced by the principles of Arya Samaj or Dayananda Saraswati. Already I said Shuddhi movement started by Dayananda Saraswati. He wanted to Dayananda Saraswati reinterpreted Vedas and advocated gender equality and caste equality in order to integrate Hindu society. There were opportunities to exist from Hinduism but no opportunity to enter it. In order to bring back people from other religions, Dayananda Saraswati started Shuddhi movement. Next come to now Prarthana Samaj. Prarthana Samaj, this was started by Dr. Hatmaram Panduranga. This was started in Bombay. This movement became influenced in the Western India. Prarthana Samaj was founded Atmaram Panduranga in 1867 and also he started so many remedies and also even provisions for the children, lowest caste people, women, etc. It advocated that reformation should not be a wish but should be implemented in reality. Many programs like education for women, rehabilitation of poor people were undertaken by the Prarthana Samaj. Justice Mahadev Govinda Ranade, R.G. Bandarkar, N.G. Chandavarkar were the other prominent leaders of this Samaj. M.G. Ranade attempted to reject child marriages and discriminations of widows. He believed that legal intervention is needed to stop child marriages and encourage widow remarriages. He advocated taking the help of British government. Next, see Satyashodak Samaj. The founder of Satyashodak Samaj was Mahatma Jyotiba Phule. He established it in 1873. He opposed the discriminations, caste, gender discrimination, etc. During the colonial rule of the British, many movements were started to address these social problems. The Samaj was founded by Mahatma Jyotiba Phule in order to build a philosophical base for the movement. He wrote books like Gulamgiri and Shetkarayach Ashuddh, cultivators whipcord. He opened schools for Shudras and girls. Phule, who belonged to Mali caste, allowed people from all castes, including untouchables, to draw water from his well. Savitri Bai Phule joined hands with him in his endeavor. They established a hostel for girls. The work of Phule's is important in the direction of establishing society based on equality. Later, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, the architect of Indian Constitution, was influenced by Jyotiba Phule and Satyashodak Samaj, inspired by the work of this couple like Jyotiba Phule and Savitri Bai Phule. Next, Aligarh movement. Aligarh movement started by Sir Syed Ahmad Khan in 1857. So, Aligarh movement, especially Muslim anti-British sentiment, became strong in the Muslim community after the mutiny 1857. During this period, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan attempted to start a new movement. The Muhammadan Literary Society, established in 1863, started debates and discussions on the issues related to religion, social, and political issues. The upper and middle class youth participated in these discussions and started realizing the value of English education. Sir Syed Ahmad Khan lived from 1817 to 1898. He declared that Quran is the authoritative book and others works on Islam are derived ones. He said one has to interpret one's religion according to the changing times, otherwise, religion becomes sluggish. This statement given by Sir Syed Ahmad Khan. He fought against traditions, superstitions, ignorance, and irrationalities throughout his life. He said, without an open mind, any social and intellectual development is impossible. He did not support the Parda system for Muslim women. He called for educating Muslim girls. He did not accept polygamy. All these aspects were part of his struggles. In order to implement his ideas into practice, he founded Mohammedan Anglo-Oriental College in Aligarh in 1875. He utilized this institution to spread the Western scientific and cultural ideas. This institution later became Aligarh Muslim University. Sir Syed Ahmad Khan preached religious tolerance. He thrived for unity among Hindus and Muslims. Hindus, Parsis, Christians donated liberally for the establishment of Aligarh College. Admissions were open for the students from all religions. The movement created by Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, keeping Aligarh as the center, is called as Aligarh movement. Thank you, my dear students. The rest of Ramakrishna Mission, then Theosophical Society, and Sri Narayana Dharma Paripalana Yogam, Periyar. These important contributions of Samajas will discuss next class. Thank you.